just give the access to all of us. The option
Okay.
will be there in your drive.
Okay. In my drive, there is an option is there. For every recording, I have to give the access to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 I will do it. Okay. So this is the Breton cycle. Just I'm revising within 2 minutes, and they will go to the numerical. So in Breton cycle, if you observe, there are four. You can say main component. One is compressor. Generally, it is a rotary compressor is used. Then we have a combustion chamber in which the heat is supplied. Then we have turbine where the heat is extracted, which gives the output power. And lastly, we may have a heat exchanger for a closed system, or directly in case of aircraft industry, that gases are coming out from the nozzle to give the thrust. So again, four processes are involved, out of which two are isentropic. 1 to 2 is isentropic compression, 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition, 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 is heat rejection. So 2 are constant pressure process, 2 to 3 and 4 to 1, while 2 are isentropic, 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. So maximum pressure in the cycle is P3 and maximum temperature in the cycle is T3. So P3 and T3 are maximum pressure and maximum temperature in the cycle. So we have to use the respective governing equations as well as the relations to find out the given data. If it is an isentropic process, we have the equation PV raised to gamma is equal to constant. We can use the equation T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, and T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. For constant pressure process, we can write V by T is equal to constant. And we have this formulas, that is heat supplied is Cp into T3 minus T2, heat rejected is Cp into T4 minus T1, turbine work is Cp into T3 minus T4, compressor work Cp into T2 minus T1, and net work is turbine work minus compressor work. So we note down these formulas. At least you note down this PV diagram. PV diagram. Let's draw the PV diagram. So based on that, we'll solve the problems. So also note down these formulas. It supplied Cp into T3 minus T2, it rejected Cp into T4 minus T1, turbine work Cp into T3 minus T4, compressor work Cp into T2 minus T1, net work turbine work minus compressor work, and directly we'll go to the efficiency of this Breton cycle. 1 minus 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, where Rp is equal to P2 by P1, which is a pressure ratio. Okay. Okay. So if you have wrote this, we will go to the and two more formulas you have to write. Work ratio, that is Rw, is equal to net work upon turbine work. Work ratio Rw is equal to net work upon turbine work, and that is equal to 1 minus T minimum divided by T maximum into Rp raised to gamma minus 1. So this formula also you write work ratio. And air ratio, mass of air required per kilowatt hour power. Mass of air required per kilowatt hour power. Its formula is 3600 divided by net work. Okay. Yes. Now we'll go to the formula. We'll go to the problem, not formula. We'll go to the problem. So all of you have to note down the given data and try to solve it. The pressure ratio and maximum temperature of a Brayton cycle are 5:1 is the pressure ratio, and 923 Kelvin is the maximum temperature in the cycle. Air enters the compressor at 1 bar and 298 Kelvin. Calculate for 1 kg of airflow the compressor work, turbine work, and efficiency of the cycle. So this is the problem statement we have given. So draw this PV diagram. So pressure ratio is given 5, P1 is given 1 bar, T1 is given 298 Kelvin, T3 is given 923 Kelvin, and mass is 1 kg. So turbine work, compressor work, and efficiency. Okay. Yes, so efficiency directly we can find out. We have formula 1 minus 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So value of gamma you should know. Find out first compressor work and turbine work. Okay. So what is compressor work? Yes, we are getting compressor work from process 1 to 2. So compressor work, we write WC is equal to M C P into T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. T1 we are knowing. Cp of air is 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Kilojoule per kg. Okay. Then T2 we don't have. Mass is 1 kg. So how to find out T2? How to find out T2? We have to use the process 1 to 2. That is isentropic compression. Yes, anybody? How to find out T2? Okay, I will go to the PV diagram. Okay, so from PV diagram, how to get T2? 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression process.
So T1
Yes,
and
which
T2 will be same.
Yes. Yes. How to get T2?
Sir,
Yes,
T1 by T2 equals to
T1 by
P1 by
T2
P2 raised to power
P2
gamma
by
minus 1.
V1 raised to
yes, good,
gamma
good, good
minus 1
combined
upon
word.
gamma.
Yes, find out. So the formula is T1 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression. Okay, so we should know the relation between pressure and temperature for isentropic compression. So this pressure is given, I think. P2 by P1 is given. Pressure ratio P2 by P1 is given. So that we are calling as RP. So RP is given. So relation between P and T we require. So we can write T2 by T1 is equal to P2 by P1, write down P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Okay, so find out T2. So we can write T2 is equal to P1 into bracket P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So T1 is given, I think it's 298 something. P2 by P1 is also given. Gamma is 1.4. So 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1.4. So find out the value of T2. Yes, what is the value of T2? Okay, so T2 is pressure ratio is given 5 raised to 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1.4 into 298. So check your value of T2, 472. Yes. Are you getting T2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now write down WC is equal to that is compressor work is equal to M, that is 1 kg into Cp of air 1.005 or 1 into T2 minus T1 is minus 298. So T1 is T2 is 472. So 472 minus 298 into 1. So what is WC? Have you got the compressor work? Okay. So next we'll go to the next parameter, that is a turbine work. So the formula for turbine work is Cp into T3 minus T4. Cp into T3 minus T4. So T3 we have been given. T3 we have been given. The turbine work. T3 is given but T4 is not given. Now to find out this T4, again we have to use the isentropic process. So we are knowing the ratio P2 by P1. So we can write once again, we can write T3 by T4 is equal to T3 by T4 is equal to again P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Okay, or T4 is equal to T3 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. To find out T4. Find out T4. Yes, what is the value of T4? Yes, anybody? What is the value of T4?
One 461.86.
461. I will check it. Value of T4 is 82. Check out. T4 is equal to T3 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1. So T3 is 923. 3 is 923. P is 5. 5 raised to 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1.4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now find out the turbine work. So write down turbine work is equal to Cp into T3 minus T4. Cp into T3 minus T4. So Cp is 1.005, T3 is 923, T4 is 582. So we have the value of turbine work as 341.94 kilojoule per kg. This is the turbine work. Okay, and then find out the efficiency of this cycle. So Brayton cycle efficiency is given by 1 minus 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So 1 minus 1 upon pi raised to 1.4 minus 1 upon 1.4. So find out the efficiency. So this is called as the air standard efficiency. So whatever the formula we are using, it is called the air standard efficiency. If you have to find out thermal efficiency, it is WT minus WC net work upon WC. So this is called as thermal efficiency. Yes, what is the air standard efficiency? Yes, anybody? Yes, what is the value of efficiency? Yes, anybody is having value of efficiency? Uh, 99%. Means it's 99%. Yes, any other value if anybody having? Sarthak. Satyam. Yes, anybody is having other value? Drop in chat box. What is the value what you got? Vedant got value of 99%. Yes, anybody is having other value? Yeah, 36.9%. Shrutika got 36%. I think 36% may be correct value. Just check out Vedant. 36%. The formula is 1 minus 1 upon 5 raised to 1.4 minus 1 divided by 1.4. Means 0.4 divided by 1.4. Yes, anybody is having different value? Okay, so 36% will be the correct value. So we'll go to the next problem. So all of you try to solve it on the paper. Okay. So write down next problem. A gas turbine working on air standard Brayton cycle. So here it is clearly mentioned the gas turbine is there, working medium is air, working on a Brayton cycle, operates between temperature of 300 Kelvin and 1200 Kelvin. The pressure limits of 101 kilopascal and 105 kilopascal. Means here we have been given P1 and we have been given P2. So ratio of P2 by P1 is Rp. Calculate thermal efficiency of the cycle, compressor work, turbine work and air flow rate for 2 kilowatt of net power. Okay. So the diagram, the given data, T1 is given 300 Kelvin, T1 is given 101 kilopascal, T2 is given 505 kilopascal, and T3 is given 1200 Kelvin. So what we'll do, we'll first find out the compressor work and turbine work, and then we'll go for the rest of the data. So find out WC and find out WT. So to find out the WC, we require a T2. To find out the WT, we require a T4. So first find out T2 and T4. Write down RP is equal to 505 divided by 101. Find out RP.
5.
5.
505. 5. So RP is 5. Okay, write down RP is 5. So we have RP is 5. RP is equal to 5. Now write down for process 1 to 2, for isentropic process 1 to 2, T2 upon T1 is equal to P2 by P1, P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Okay? So T2 is equal to T1 into 5 raised to 0.4 upon 1.4. So T1 is given 300. So 300 into 5 raised to 0.4 divided by 1.4. So find out T2. Find out T2.
475 Kelvin.
475 is the T2. So let's check. Yes, 475 Kelvin is the T2. Okay, so for isentropic process 1 to 2, we have T2 is equal to T1 into RP raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So T1 is given 300, RP is 5 raised to 1.4 minus 1 upon 1.4. So we are getting T2 as 475.14 Kelvin. So all of you should note down. Then find out compressor work. Find out compressor work. So the compressor work WC. The compressor work is WC during process 1 to 2. So we can write WC is equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. Value of Cp you should by heart. So it is 1.005. 1.005 into T2. T1 is 300. T2 it is 475. 475 we have just find out. So I think it is near about 175. So we are getting compressor work as near about 175. So 176 kilojoule per kg is compressor work. So why it is per kg? Because we are supplying 1 kg of air. Yes, have you got the value? (175 kg). Yes, have you got the value?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now next one. Next one will go to the turbine work. Now during which process we are getting the turbine work? During which process we are getting turbine work? Yes.
3 to 4.
Which is the process? 3 to 4. Okay. So 3 to 4 is the turbine work, WT. So WT is equal to change in enthalpy across the 2 points, that is 3, 4. So symbol is WT is equal to change in enthalpy is mCp into T3 minus T4 is the turbine work. But value of T4 we don't have. So first we'll find out the value of T4. अगर T4 निकालना है तो to find out T4 we have to use the process 3 to 4. So using process 3 to 4, using isentropic process 3 to 4 to find out T4, since we are knowing the RP, we can use the relationship between temperature and pressure. So we can write T4 by T3 is equal to, write down P1 by P2, P1 by P2 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Okay, or T4 is equal to T3 into, so T4 is equal to T3 into, or T3 into 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. T4 is equal to T3 into 1 upon Rp raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. Okay. So we have the value of T3 as 1200. So 1200 multiplied by 1 upon Rp. So Rp is 5 raised to 0.4 upon 1.4. So find out the value of T4. What is the value of T4? Yes, what is the value of T4? Hello. Yes, anybody of you find out the value of T4?
757.66.
757. Okay, so check your answer. Check your answer. So T4 is 757. Okay, it is a 757. So 757 is T4. Okay. So after getting T4, find out turbine work. Find out turbine work. So write down turbine work is equal to CP into T3 minus T4. So CP we have 1.005, T3 is 1200 and T4 is 557. And check your value of turbine work. It is 444.5 kilojoule per kg. 444.5 kilojoule per kg. Yes, good morning, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. नाही तुम्हाला पाठवत आहे ना चालू मी तुमचा फोटो मला भेटत नव्हता म्हणून अवेलेबल नव्हता फेसबुकवर सॉरी ऍक्च्युली मला म्हणजे सोशल नेटवर्कवर Sorry, there is one emergency call is there. Yes. So what is the turbine work? Have you got the value? Yes. Hello.
442.7.
Okay. Okay. Now we'll go to the next parameter, the mass flow rate of air required. Huh? कितनी? घरी जा घरी जाऊ दुसरीकडे बस ना बस ना. Yes, so we have to find out the mass flow rate of air to produce a power of 2 kilowatt. So here the mass flow rate of air is equal to P upon mass flow rate is equal to P upon W net. Okay, so first we have to find out W net. So W net is equal to WT minus WC. W net is equal to WT minus WC. So power is 2 kilowatt, that is given in the problem statement, and W net is 268. Okay, so to produce a 2 kilowatt of power, we require, this is the mass flow rate, 7.45 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg per second, or 26.81 kg per hour. This is the air flow rate required to produce a 2 kilowatt of power. Yes. So we got the efficiency as 36%. Okay. Now, yes, from the exam point of view, directly you may be given the RP value and you have to find out the efficiency. 1 minus 1 upon RP raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma formula you have to use. Or you may have to find out the compressor work and turbine work. Okay, either you have to find out T2 or you have to find out T4. Based on that, you have to find out WC and WT. So that much may be questions, and sometimes work ratio or air rate may be asked in the examination as a difficult question. Yes, any doubt or difficulty in Brayton cycle?
No, sir.
Okay. Yes. So if there is no doubt, we'll go to the last cycle. Last cycle, that is a vapor power cycle. Okay. So before that, I'm going to tell you one thing. On coming Friday, we are organizing one webinar on electrical vehicle. This is starting from 11:30 to 3 p.m. So the notification may come to you. So we request you to join that particular webinar. It is based on the electrical vehicle. So you can interact with the people from Tata Technologies and ARAI, and you can get the information about the latest happening in the field of the electrical vehicle, which is a most coming emerging, you can say, technology which is coming in the automotive sector, which is going to change the whole scenario. Okay. Okay. So we'll go to the next. We'll go to the next cycle. That is a vapor power cycle. So before that, any doubt in the Breton cycle or whatever the previous cycles we have studied, we'll discuss here. Yes, I need an acknowledgement from your side because we have to discuss the different things. So you should be participative. Okay.
No doubt, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Parth. Yes, because I have to assure that the things are clear to you or not. Okay. So listen here. I'm not presenting anything. We are going for a next cycle, which is called the vapor power cycle. Okay. Up till now, we have studied the two types of cycles. One is air standard cycle, in which air as a working medium. These are Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle, and Breton cycle. We have seen vapor compression cycle in during the practicals, in which we are using refrigerant as a working medium. Now we are going for a third cycle, which is called a vapor power cycle. Okay, vapor power cycle. Now, what is the meaning of this vapor power cycle? Yeah. Okay. That's it. So listen here. What is this vapor power cycle? Now, vapor means what? The working medium may be vapor. Power means what? It is going to produce a output power, and it is cycle means the system is coming back to initial position. So vapor power cycle. Now, what are the applications of this vapor power cycle? So just I am presenting the PPT. So the vapor power cycle
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Your mic is mute.
listen here. Observe this. Water is there, and we are supplying the fuel from the bottom side. The fuel may be oil, it may be coal, or it may be gas. So if you burn that fuel, the water is converted into vapor, and that vapor is going to drive this small fan. Okay, small fan, and that shaft of this fan is connected to a generator, which consists of a rotor and stator, and which is going to generate the electrical energy. So on this particular system, to operate this particular system, we require a cycle, and that is called the vapor power cycle. Simply for generation of electricity from a fuel like coal or gas or oil, when the water or vapor is a working medium, that particular cycle is called the vapor power cycle. Okay. So especially it is used for the steam power plants. Okay. Steam power plants. So where the steam power plants are available, if you are from Nashik area, you are knowing there is Eklari is there. Eklari the city is there near the Nashik, so where the Ekleri thermal power station is there. Or if you can go to the Chandrapur, so at Chandrapur there is a super thermal power station is there, which is a capacity of 2000 megawatt. So in our country, the most of the power is coming from the thermal power plant. So we should know what are the components in thermal power stations and how this operates and what is the cycle on which this thermal power station works. So this is the layout of thermal power station. So if you observe, there are specially four components are there. Like we'll start from a first component, which is called as a water pump, which is called as a feed pump. Feed pump. Now what this feed pump does, it takes the water from a river or from a sump and supply the water to a boiler. So first component is water. The function of water is to transfer the water from a sump to the boiler at high pressure. So function of boiler is to increase the pressure of water, suppose from P1 to P2. Okay, then boiler is there. Now to the boiler we are supplying the fuel. Fuel plus air mixture we are supplying. So when we supply the air fuel mixture, the fuel burns and heat of the fuel is given to the water and the water is going to convert into steam. So steam is produced inside this boiler at a high pressure and high temperature. So if you observe, this blue color is going to change into red. Now this steam or vapor from the boiler, it is supplied to a steam turbine through this pipe. It is called a steam pipeline. And in the turbine, if you observe, there are blades are there which are mounted on a shaft. So when this steam impact on these blades, the turbine blade starts to rotate, and when it starts to rotate, it is connected to a generator. Generator means what? It consists of a rotor and stator. Okay, it consists of a stator and rotor. So when the turbine starts to rotate, it generates the power, and that power is given to the substation. And from the substation, it is coming to the transformer, and from transformer, it is coming to our home. So after turbine, after doing the work on the steam turbine, that vapor at low pressure, it is coming into condenser. The function of condenser is to condense that vapor into liquid. Condense that vapor into liquid to complete a cycle, and again this cycle is going to repeat. Okay, so we have started from a water, and again we have come back to the water. So this completes the cycle. So there are four components. First one is pump, isentropic compression. In boiler, constant pressure heat addition is going to take place. In turbine, the isentropic expansion is there, and in condenser, again constant pressure heat rejection is there. So heat is added at constant pressure in boiler, and heat is ejected at constant pressure in condenser, while isentropic compression and expansion is going to take place in the turbine. So these are the four components are involved in this particular vapor power cycle. Now whatever the things are happening in this thermal power plant or steam power plant, we are going to represent on the three diagrams. First one is PV, second one is TS, and third one is HS. So these three diagrams we have to plot to know this vapor power cycle. Yes. So is it clear to all of you which are the components involved in the thermal power plant, and which are the processes taking place in this thermal power station or in these components?
Yes, sir, understood.
Yeah. Now listen here. Whatever the happening with respect to working medium, we need to represent on the PV diagram. Why PV? Because we should know the change in pressure and change in volume. Because work done is equal to PdV or VdP. TS diagram to know the change in temperature, and HS diagram to know the enthalpy. Because that enthalpy is either absorbed by the turbine or that enthalpy is decreased by the condenser. Okay, so enthalpy is going to change. You are knowing that the enthalpy is equal to PV into U. U is internal energy and PV is flow work. So whenever the working medium is flowing and it is doing the work, it becomes an enthalpy. So we have to observe the change in enthalpy across each component. Okay. So this is the layout of thermal power station. So it consists of this chimney through which the gases, burnout gases are expelled, a boiler, turbine, electrical generator, condenser. It is connected to cooling tower, then feed pump. Okay, so huge number of components are involved. So total engineering, mechanical engineering, you will get it in this thermal power stations. Okay, so these are the cooling towers. You may observe this is chimney. Huge coal yard is required. So these are the, generally these thermal power plants are located to near the source of water, like a river or a big lake. Okay. So the basic cycle for the vapor power cycle is again Carnot cycle. So we are not going in deep uh, this Carnot cycle. Just you should know the efficiency of this Carnot cycle for vapor power cycle is 1 minus T1 upon T2, or 1 minus minimum temperature upon maximum temperature. Okay. So this is the diagram, TS diagram of a Carnot cycle, consists of again 4 components: pump, boiler, turbine, and condenser. Now, generally the Carnot cycle are theoretical cycles. These are not practically feasible. That's why we are going for an actual cycle. So the actual cycle of vapor power cycle, it is given a name of Rankine. So this Rankine has discovered this cycle, so it is called the Rankine vapor power cycle. So what are the assumptions of this Rankine vapor power cycle? So first, all the devices are steady flow devices. Steady flow devices. We are going to ignore the kinetic and potential energy of all components. Then pressure losses are considered to be negligible in boiler and condenser, and power components like pump and turbine are isentropic for an ideal cycle. Okay, isentropic compression and expansion is going to take place. So these are the 4 assumptions. All the devices are steady flow. Kinetic and potential energy is neglected as we are considering the inlet and outlet are at same level from the datum. Kinetic energy we are going to neglect. We are assuming that the velocity is remaining same. The pressure losses are considered to be negligible in boiler and condenser. And power components are isentropic for ideal cycle. So there are 4 processes are involved in this vapor power cycle. First one is reversible adiabatic or isentropic compression by pump. Then 2 to 3 constant pressure heat addition in boiler. 3 to 4 reversible adiabatic or isentropic expansion through turbine. And 4 to 1 constant pressure heat rejection in condenser. So these are the 4 processes involved in the Rankine cycle. So we'll see more details about this cycle in the next lecture. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me or wait for 2 minutes for the attendance sheet. Just register your attendance with the help of this Google form. And if you have any doubt, we'll discuss. Okay, so thank you. Thanks a lot for patience listening. We'll meet on tomorrow. Thanks a lot. I will stop here. हॅलो आम्हाला ते पेमेंटसाठी लिंक काय पाठव ना काय अकाउंट नंबर पैसे ट्रान्सफर करायला काय अकाउंट नंबर काय पाठव ना मला आता तुला पाठवायचं ना ते 5,000 नाही तू येणार होतीस ना